Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Saturday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson. Let's talk about the weather for your Saturday evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, nothing going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina. And if you push this forward, all the way out into the entire U.S., you can see that we do have some action. It's not a lot, but we do have some rain going on inside of Iowa and Wisconsin, as well as some snow going on in North Dakota. We also do have some heavy rain and heavy snow going on in Washington, as well as down there in Oregon, receiving some, as well as receiving some rain and some snow as well. And then, other than that, that's pretty much it. There's not really a whole lot to really talk about here, in terms of those areas. Let's go on and talk about our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now, no cloud cover going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina. But if you go over to the cloud cover for the future, you push this forward as you go into tonight into tomorrow. This is early tomorrow morning. Look at that fog. You can easily tell that that's fog because you can see the clouds pretty much just form out of nowhere. You can kind of see it there. It's not originating from anywhere, it's just forming. So that's easily a sign of fog right there. Fog will be present in the low country and the PD region, and maybe even in the Midlands, and maybe some in the upstate as well. All of that is possible as you go through tomorrow morning. And then if you go to tomorrow afternoon, cloud cover still remains present. And then as you go into tomorrow night at around this time, the entire state will be covered with cloud cover. As you move into your early Monday morning, cloud cover becomes a little bit more scattered, but still there. And then if you move into your Monday night, cloud cover remains over the northern portion of South Carolina and the PD region, and also seems to be like the southern region of South Carolina will be kind of clear. Not still scattered, but kind of clear. Current temperatures right now: 52 in Columbia, 55 in Moncks Corner. And let me see if I can get a little bit of an update out of this real fast. Okay, so 52 in Columbia, 55 in Moncks Corner and Charleston, as well as 52 in Walterboro, 53 in Beaufort, as well as 57 in Savannah, 53 inside of Myrtle Beach, 48 inside of Rock Hill, 48 inside of Greenville and Spartanburg, as well as 52 in Anderson, 53 in Augusta, as well as 50 inside of Barnwell, 52 in Fairfax, as well as 53 in Myrtle Beach, 48 in Loris as well. Low temperatures for tonight. Low temperatures for tonight at around 40 inside of Columbia, 38 in Camden, as well as Winsboro, 40 inside of Rock Hill, 41 inside of Spartanburg as well, 43 inside of Greenville, 42 in Anderson, as well as 46 inside of Myrtle Beach, 37 inside of Dillon and Cheraw, as well as 40 inside of Florence, and 53 inside of Hilton Head Island as well. No precipitation expected for the next 24 hours or so. And then if you go over to the models as well, you go to the ARRR right now and see what's going on there. Go to the 18Z, you can move all the way up to around 9 o'clock p.m. And as you continue to push this forward, you can see that there's no precipitation expected for the next 48 or so hours inside of South Carolina. Same thing with no excessive rainfall and no severe weather. Only thing we have going on right now is Tropical Storm Sarah through early next week. Heavy rainfall from Tropical Storm Sarah will cause potentially catastrophic flash flooding and mudslides over northern portions of Honduras. Elsewhere across Belize, El Salvador, eastern Guatemala, western Nicaragua, heavy rainfall will cause significant life-threatening flash flooding, and tropical storm conditions are expected along the northern coast of Honduras, the Bay Islands, the Caribbean coast of Guatemala, and the coast of Belize as well. The track for this thing, again, it just keeps on getting worse and worse for the storm, as it might not even make it off the coast now without dissipating. So honestly, we're just gonna have to continue to wait and see what happens. And seems like the end of it could be close to Monday-ish, Monday afternoon, as early as Monday at noon. So we'll continue to wait. We'll see what happens through there. So let's go on and talk about the future. Let's pull that up real quick as we move our way over here. You can go to our future. And if you go, you can see the time is in the top right corner of your screen. As you push this for high pressure taking over us right now until that little area that we're watching might try to form just a little something off the coast of Florida. Nothing really too bad. Some rain possible inside the upstate around November the 19th, the 20th. And then there goes that cold air, that cold front that we're watching for that's going to push through, cool us down, bring some snow to Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and North Carolina as well. As those cooler temperatures come at the 22nd, 23rd. And then warm air tries to take back over as well as we get in closer and closer to Thanksgiving, but still, it's just because warm air is taking over, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be warm. Just means that it's just going to be a bit warmer, but nothing too bad or anything like that. November the 30th as well. That's about too far out to talk about, but a cold front pushing through a classic storm system right here with snow on the backside, cold front with severe weather on the front side. We'll continue to watch here and see what happens, but at the end of November, early December, we're going to have to wait and see. And now this is way too far out to talk about, so I'm not even going to mention that right now. But so that is pretty much it for the future. Let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Only have 3 comments tonight. And, Mr. Oliver says, good evening, beautiful day at my house. A few new birds at my feeder also. How's your San Antonio family? I read that they experienced a small earthquake. Well, they are here now. My cousin Thad says, good evening, Joseph. Love you, cousin. I just looked it up actually before the stream, before the forecast started. And because I did see it, you did comment before I did start. So I think I checked and it was 2.7. I believe it was a 2.7. That's what I read at least. And that happened on Thursday afternoon. I have not seen anything about it. But it seems like from what everyone is saying inside the chat, I think that all probably went well, or what he's saying inside the chat, I think all went well, but he can answer that and see if he's doing all right, or if he was impacted heavily by the earthquake or not. And then Terrell says, greetings everyone, greetings to you as well. And that is pretty much that. And speaking of earthquakes, while I'm pulling up the San Antonio and Raleigh forecast, there was a game tonight inside of Columbia, South Carolina versus Missouri tonight, and I actually there was a picture of it as well, but the crowd cheering when South Carolina won they were cheering pretty loudly, and it actually did cause an earthquake. It did cause a small earthquake inside of Columbia, just from how loud the stadium was and how much everybody was celebrating the win that they got. So that is interesting to see there, that humans can cause stuff like that, especially if they're in big numbers like that. So that's pretty interesting to see there. That has happened before. I think it happened in California, but California, that's a pretty populated area. But continuing on, talk about San Antonio and Raleigh now. Nothing going on. Seems to be until you get to around 12 a.m. on Monday. Maybe even going to around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just as isolated as scattered showers goes on. And then maybe even a little gusty thunderstorm maybe trying to pass by as you go through around 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe even as well. If you move up here to Raleigh, North Carolina, in terms of rainfall, let's check it out. No rainfall expected at all for Raleigh if you go to the next 24 or so hours. Get ready for a little bit of a buffer here. Let's check out the likes, see how many likes we have for tonight. So we have around 6 people watching and around 7 likes. So just in case you have not hit the like button yet, make sure that you do that. Make sure that you do that. So we can go on and get to at least 10 likes tonight. Going and push this forward, talking about low temperatures tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina at around 40. High temperatures tomorrow at around 62. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 45. And then high temperatures only getting to around 65, 66-ish going into your Monday. You can move down here to San Antonio, and you can see this as clear as daylight. That is a cold front right there. That is a cold front right there. Low temperatures tonight at around 57. High temperatures tomorrow at around 85. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 72, 71. And look at that cold front right there. You can see it right there on the western or on the left side of the screen. As you push this forward, you can see that cold front. It will be 72 degrees at 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock, it will be 60 degrees. So, huge 12-degree cool off there in an hour as that cold front moves through the San Antonio metro region. And high temperatures will still continue to rise because obviously, even though a cold front does pass, does not mean that, sunlight's going to stop or anything like that. But high temperatures will get you around 67, 67, 68-ish, 69-ish as well. And honestly, I'm kind of interested to see what the low temperatures will be for Monday as well. We'll check on that tomorrow. But you can see the cold front. Let me see if I can pull that up one more time. You can see as it moves its way through, it's around right here. Has not quite made it. Went past Dallas, Tyler, and even College Station, Victoria, Corpus Christi as well, all the way through there. And that's the cold front that will make it to South Carolina by sometime next week. And that is pretty much it. Let's talk about severe weather real quick. I do not believe there's any sort of excessive rainfall, but I do believe San Antonio does have a risk for some severe weather. We'll talk about that in just a second. Nothing for Raleigh, and if we move down here, nothing for San Antonio either for the next 5 days in terms of excessive rainfall. But if you move to severe weather, move straight to the SPC. You go to today, nothing for today. But if you go to tomorrow, look at this. San Antonio is in a marginal risk for some severe weather. That does include just the risk for some isolated damaging winds. So gusty winds of up to 40 to 60 miles per hour is possible as you move through. And then day 3, this is Monday, or probably early Monday morning when that cold front passes by, that thunderstorm that I was just telling you about. Little gusty thunderstorm that can move through, bring some 40 to 60 mile per hour winds with it. And that's going for Monday morning. So I think your main time frame will be Sunday night into Monday morning is when you'll potentially have the chance to receive an isolated severe or strong storm or two throughout that area. And that is pretty much it. So let's talk about what's going on throughout the entire state, or not the entire state, but the entire nation. Heavy snow continues in the west, up there in the Pacific Northwest and down there in California. Fire conditions continue in Hawaii and New York City, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts as well. We also do have some freeze warnings up and some frost advisories up for California, even some coastal flood advisories, some coastal flood warnings going on in the Pacific Northwest. Some frost will be going on inside of central North Carolina and Raleigh as well. And then some flood watches are up as well. That is for central Oklahoma going into northern Oklahoma and going through central Texas near San Angelo. And that is pretty much it from what's going on right now throughout the entire U.S. So that's going to about wrap this up. We have 305 subscribers right now. We can get to maybe 306, 307 by the end of tonight. Just make sure you go and hit that subscribe button. If you have not already, make sure you hit the like button. It's free. It's free. All I do, the motto here is just hit the 2 buttons. That is pretty much it. That's all you have to do. My cousin Thad also says all is well, no issue with the quake on our end. That is good, great to hear. And check the chat one more time. I don't see anything else. So that's it. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Saturday evening. And I will be back tomorrow evening because I do not do updates on Sunday morning.
how, how, how. Hey!